Welcome to the International Film Club podcast. Joining me today to discuss Batman Begins is Alex Barker. Welcome. And today is our first video version of the show, so if you're listening to this on the audio feed, check this out on my YouTube channel. It's YouTube/TCHATEN. So we're going to try this out. It might not be the best quality at first, but we'll work at it. I enjoy video podcasts, so I wanted to start doing those as well. Yes, we are wearing hats today, so. So we decided to start up, or I kind of wanted to bring this up, the Batman trilogy, the Dark Knight trilogy, and we're starting today with Batman Begins, and this is one of my favorite movies in the past few years. I'm not sure when this came out. Okay, seems like just yesterday we got a new Batman movie. So, any opening thoughts before we get into this trilogy and this movie? So he did other movies in between this, it sounds like. Yeah, okay. Hmm. Cool. Well, it kind of opens up with just this childhood scene. He's, steals an arrowhead from Rachel, this girl that we don't know much about at this point. And he falls into a well and is surrounded by bats. And that is how we get into Batman. And that's where his fear of bats comes from, evidently. So, yep. No. Yep. Yeah, very much. And then he wakes up. That was a dream, evidently, of his childhood. Wakes up in jail, and we find out he's leading this criminal life because he's just, not quite sure what he wants to do when he grows up. Do I want to be a criminal? Do I want to be a superhero? But I guess the real reason is he wants to understand the mind of a criminal. That's his reason for this? Yeah. Yeah. And he basically disappears, when he gets back, he's been dead for 10 years, kind of thing. Which I love that point in the movie. But before we get to that point, we're introduced to Liam Neeson, one of my favorite actors of all time. So that makes this Batman movie especially good. uh, One of my favorites of all time. He's just fantastic. He's just so his voice, his mannerisms, his just way he carries himself. It's just a perfect match. He's just this, lovable little Irish character. Oh yeah, yeah. From Michael Collins to Batman to Taken, like he's great. And Schindler's List, of course. Oh yes, oh yes. Well, I can't own that movie because iTunes doesn't let me quite yet, so I don't watch that as much. Yes, only for rental. Most of the time, it's because of HBO prohibiting its sale. But anyways, he is Ra's al Ghul. We don't know that quite yet. He is Descartes. What's his name? Yeah, that's his fake name. Which he basically invites Batman, or his, what's his real name? Bruce Wayne. Yes, thank you. Yep. So he invites Bruce Wayne to climb the top of this mountain with a flower to begin. Well, it's gonna be hard. It's like the pedal's gonna fall off by the time you get up there. It's like you got to start all over again. But for training, basically, yeah. No, no. So I love how he just like picks fights with people in jail. It's like you're training, you big ugly devil, you're training. But he takes on the whole, yeah. And like I guess everyone in the jail hates him because he's this white boy. That what the heck is he doing here? So it's all take on the white boy. Okay, they gotta have to have something to do. It's entertainment, right? Yeah, I can only imagine. So, the first question is, how the heck did they build a house on the top of this mountain? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Because this house wasn't built like a million years ago, and then the mountain just slowly built up, underneath it. But oh, okay. Because I was looking at the house, I was like, "There's no way they could have built this." I mean, but yeah, we had to, of course, take that at face value that they built this amazing house, and that's where the training is. That's where Ra's al Ghul's army of the League of Shadows. That's what it's called. Yep. So he basically has ninja training, so to speak. Yeah, but these training scenes are great because they do a couple things. First, they legitimize Bruce Wayne as someone that can now fight and has the abilities he does. When we do see that later on, and it also allows them to tell backstory that otherwise would have felt out of place. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And what do you fear? And the flashback shows the bats and not being afraid. They're more afraid of you, type thing. You're introduced to Alfred in this kind of backstory and the theater and that whole story of his dad getting shot and Liam Neeson egging him on that it was your dad's fault that he died because you're tougher and that wouldn't have happened to you. I do want. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, I always think the dad was kind of an idiot going out the side door. Go out the front entrance. You're in. I'm just saying. Yeah, but anyways, it is kind of bizarre. Like, so Bruce Wayne as an adult, he rides these expensive cars. He's a very showman about it, that kind of stuff. His dad, he takes the public transportation like every average citizens do, even though he's the richest man in the city. He goes to the theater with there's no bodyguards or anything with him. Like he's an average. He tries to live an average life, it seems, except the mansion part and all of that stuff. So no, I just thought it's kind of interesting that I think he works in the hospital. Is that what he said? Yeah. True. Yeah, as far as we know. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, it's his disguise, right? But at the same time, Alfred kind of put him in the place after his joyride destroying the city. It's like, um, dude, that's not what you're supposed to be doing. Because that scene, I guess we can talk about that scene now, is the fact that he taking the cop car would have gotten them there just as faster with the sirens and the fact that he's not being chased, versus him doing the let me try to be a bad boy and destroy the city. Like that decision to take his car instead of the cop car, I think was a stupid one. I love that scene. Yeah, but yeah. So, anyways, yeah. I love the trashiness of Gotham at this time. The alley is like littered and with all this graffiti. Like they did a good job of that. Hmm. Hmm. And Liam Neeson's character mentions like we tried to destroy Gotham before, but your dad stopped us through his generosity. It's like that's kind of interesting that his money helped Gotham limp along. But during these flashbacks, we have a very important scene that the coat scene, which I love that just simple scene is recalled in the final movie. Like that's such a great connecting point. Like they did so many connecting points in the third movie that made the first movie a must watch in this trilogy. Mm-hmm. Yep. The foundation. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I can go along with that. But yeah, we have the board director. We will watch the Empire for you, and he'll be waiting for you when you get back. And that's great because that guy turns out to be not the best of persons. Yeah, but before we get back to training, one of the most tragic scenes in the movie for me is Bruce thinking it's his fault that his dad's dead, and the look on it's not the kid, but the look on Alfred's face is Alfred has such great faces throughout this movie that he just sells these scenes. Either yeah, I mean, yeah, his face, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, because in the third movie as well, like the faces are just so heartbreaking. Like I wish I could do that. I'm not that good of an actor. Yeah, sure. Yeah. So yeah, back to training. We have the wonderful ice fight. What the whole footing and watching your surroundings thing, and that comes up later as well. I love that he's put into a really icy lake, and wow, that would be cold. Yeah, interesting. We did invisible ninjas and stuff, and we have the whole theatricality and deception are powerful tools, and yeah. Do you think he would have been Batman without those words of wisdom there? No. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, he is very symbolic, so to speak. Yeah. We then have the farmer who murdered somebody or whatnot. The murderer who I don't know what he murdered somebody evidently. Yeah. And Bruce refuses to kill him, which is the first kind of instance of the Batman. I won't kill anybody. I'll just hand him to the authorities, kind of deal. Yeah. And during this kind of, I think, no, not quite yet, but later on we find out their true plan with Bruce. But we also, when then this is another important scene, I guess, where we reveal that Liam Neeson once had a wife and she was taken from me, and that's another important linking point to the third film, I'd say. Yeah, very much so. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. So then we have another flashback scene. We're brought back to why did you not avenge your parents? And we see Rachel introduced once again as a grown up. And the Rachel character is kind of tragic that they switched on the second movie. Like, it's. Have any other big trilogies done that where it's like, hey, we're going to switch the main character like that? Oh, I guess. But he died. I mean, that. A little bit different scenario. Yeah. 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 No. My understanding is Tom Cruise like told her not to take the role again. I'm not sure how accurate that is or not. It's like Tom Cruise is really wacky. He'd probably not want her to be in Batman again. Yeah, urban myth, I guess. But yeah, um, she is great in this first film. I'm not sure what her name is. The actress, Katie Holmes. Yeah, she's really really well cast in this first film. And it's curious. He doesn't take the master bedroom in the father's house because this he really has negative feelings towards this house and the whole history of it. It seems like I don't quite get that much. Mm-hmm. He's rebellious. Yeah. It's rebelling against society, and he wants to. He did. He left society for 10 years. It's like, yeah, so he's just gonna live this weird, like, wayward life for a while. Mm-hmm. Yeah, interesting. But he Bruce wanted to kill the murderer, and uh, he was robbed of that opportunity by one of Falcone's thugs, I guess. Like, what would have happened if Bruce shot him? Like, he would have been in jail, and we wouldn't have Batman. Or he would have used a lot of money to get out of that situation. I don't know if that's even possible. Yeah, and then disappear like he did before. So, Rachel gets furious at this notion that Bruce would kill somebody, and takes him to Falcone's hideout. Yeah. Yeah, indeed. And I love this part because, like, yeah, he's still learning. He's a naive little kid. Justice versus revenge. Is there a difference? Um, and I guess he learned it from the scene, maybe? I'm not sure. Mm hmm. Mm hmm. Yeah. And is it implied that this timeline wise, this is like right before he takes off on his 10-year retreat, or like he just got back from college or something, then he comes to this thing, and then he's going out on his retreat, his 10-year kind of villain retreat. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Just get my timeline right there. Um, but so he meets with Falcone and he gets beat up for just talking to him, I guess, which I don't quite get. Like, mm-hmm. Mm, desperate. Yeah. No, it's an invaluable thing to experience. I did similar things and came away with new understandings of how society is kind of works a little bit differently. Because I kind of grew up in a privileged family here in Indiana, you know, and you don't really experience the world when you do that. So, mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, very much so, and it's everyone should do it at least once in life. I really think it's a good education to have. Um, Batman is very knowledgeable on the things of this world. Yes. So, the coat guy in this movie, is he the villain from Iron Man 2? The old dude from Iron Man 2 that dies. Cuz I think he's the father of the guy that gets angry and, messes stuff up for Tony Stark. Okay. Mm, yeah, I thought he was the father, and I thought he was also an Iron Man 2. I will have to do some research and report back next week. Yeah, but I love that he keeps the coat for like this 10-year period of time when he comes back. If that's 10 years, I'm not sure how long he was gone, but yeah, He did. He's a great homeless guy. Yeah. That would have been kind of cool if they aged it a little bit more. They did not do that. Um, we have to take some closer looks at this coat. We'll have to do freeze frame analysis. Um, so we get back to the training with the blue flower drug, and they have this whole big scene. My big question is how they get the bats in the box. Did they like tranquilize all these bats and throw them in the box? Really? You think that like he opens it and he imagines it? Okay. Hmm. Right. Okay. But they have this whole scene, and Bruce is smart enough to start cutting people's area where he got cut, so he can fake Liam Neeson into attacking the wrong person. And then they reveal the grand plan of we're going to destroy Gotham. You're going to lead this charge, and you need to kill this murderer dude. And he doesn't take that news too well, does he? No. Um, and I find it curious. Did he refuse to join the League of Shadows because it was Gotham, or the notion of destroying a city at all? Like, if this was a different city they were going to go after, would he have? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But I have to plug in my MacBook to get charged. So if you could vamp on something while I'm getting that, would be. So you're saying I could drive the tumbler? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Rebuilding a house. Yeah. That's not too shabby. Yeah. So I could not afford to be Batman then, is what you're saying. Okay. Okay. So I always love the notion of Batman because anyone could really be Batman. You just need a bunch of money, like, and ambition to be Batman. And that's a developed skill, I feel. If you go on the training for a good 5 years and devote your entire body to, good mental and physical health, you can do it. Yeah. Like, I used to have a physical trainer when I had that person. I got really in the shape, and then I'm not in the shape anymore, obviously. I just need Batman, yes. Back into it. One of the things I'm curious about is they used a different city to film Gotham all three movies. Does it seem to you that it doesn't feel like how do they retain Gotham being Gotham if it's a different look for each movie as far as the city's concerned? Mm-hmm. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Okay. I know Chicagoans can definitely see it's Chicagoan in the second one. And I'm sure Pittsburghians in the third one. Where's the first one filmed? Oh, really? Okay. Yep. Okay. Yeah, no, LA is using parts of the third for sure. Um, yeah, because I was actually in downtown LA when they were filming part of the third movie. You could see the bat flying machine. I don't the Batwing. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, it's the bat now. Yeah, but hmm yeah, yeah. So let's get back to the whole fire that he burns up this guy's house. And one question I had, did the criminal actually escape or did he die in that fire? I think he actually died there. Because it seems that Liam Neeson was the only survivor. Yeah, I think he killed him anyways with that fire. There you go. Well, I love how he saves Liam Neeson, but let the criminal die who he wasn't going to kill. There you go. But yeah, I love how he saves Liam Neeson, and I love at the end, later on, Bruce Wayne has his home fire destroyed and all that. But Liam says he left him for dead. I don't think he left him for dead. Otherwise, he would have been dead. No, to the cabin. Yeah. Yeah. You're on snow. You're slipping. You'd be slipping off that. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Do that, yeah. Yeah, that'd be very interesting. But yeah, so yep, he does. So we got a fair bit of the movie to get through here. Let's do it. Doctor Crane is introduced. I'd say this guy's pretty wacko throughout the whole movie. He's a creepy dude. And Rachel challenges him, and we find out Rachel dated her boss, which interesting backstory that we never really see the full picture of, except that that happened. Um, and kind of awkward for them, I guess. We've been through, you know. Um, then Bruce is at home, kind of researching what the criminal world of Gotham. What's he researching through this whole process? Mm. Yep. Yep. And building up the Bat Cave and all good stuff. Uh, let's see. The Wayne Tower visit. I love this visit with Mr. Earl. We can stop to think what Thomas Wayne would have done. And then who is in the hallway? It's Bruce Wayne. I thought you're dead. Yeah. Oh, it's great. And then the secretary is, wooed by Mr. Wayne. Like, this is how you do a proper golf stroke, don't you know? Yeah, I'm sure it's like, oh my gosh, and shock. That's why she went along with that golf thingy. But I don't think they had much relationship past that first introductory meeting there. It just kind of fade off there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he goes down to the research and development department with Morgan Freeman. I forget his name as what's his name as yeah, Lucius Fox. And this is everyone loves the gear scene in like James Bond movies, and no different here with the Batman movies. Those are the best scenes in every Batman movie, I'd say. Not the best, but lovable scenes. Yes. Yeah, and I love Bruce's request. I'm gonna go parasailing or whatever it is, or baseboard jumping and base jumping. Yeah, I love those like ways to ask for things that he does. It's great. And the Tumblr thing it reminds me of the website Tumblr, so I wasn't sure if which came first. I'm assuming Tumblr came first, the website. Yeah. um, let's see what else. I have in my notes bears with drugs. Oh, the teddy bears. Bears with drugs. What was I thinking? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep. And Batman has a very successful first attack. Like he doesn't really mess up in this scene. Like he's pretty kludgy talking to Gordon for the first time, nearly killing himself. But this scene, he's ready to fight crime. Yeah, so that's a pretty impressive scene there. Very ninja like. He's not really seen much, and I love how he has the Batman logo. He creates that and puts Falcone up there. It's pretty awesome. So, um, and I'm glad the Batman mask did not break when he headbutted it, because yeah. And then we have the nice coat comment there, which I love. And he immediately goes to save Rachel. Like, how's he know Rachel's in trouble at this moment? Immediately at this time, I don't know. So yeah, that happens. Some pretty cool stuff. Batman and Rachel meet. Okay, gotcha. Yep, that's right. 'Cause he has the bat hearing, with the bat sense. Then the cargo ship has the vaporizer stolen from it, and it's like, why would you want a vaporizer? If you're putting chemicals in the water supply, that'd be a good thing to have. So, yeah. Then we have the whole hotel scene. He's buying the hotel because his lady friends want to swim in the swimming pool. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, very much so. And then we have the important line, it's not what you say, but what you do. Or something similar to that. Yeah. Yep. Then we have the whole scarecrow thing. One thing I'm curious about is at the during the prison break, Scarecrow seems to have recovered from his lethal dose of poison. So I'm wondering if he got some sort of, if he's more immune to it, I should say. Yeah, he does dish it out a lot. Yeah. Where do you want to go next with this? We have the whole prison break scene, the house on fire, and that all happening on his birthday. Is that revenge from Liam Neeson knowing it's his birthday, or is that coincidental? Um, Qui-Gon Jinn attacks Batman. That'd be such a great movie there. Raz Al Ghul, yes. Hmm. Now, why wasn't Bruce Wayne honest that there's some gangsters here, they want to kill us all, please leave? That would have felt pretty honest to me. Oh, really? You think that? Okay. Okay. Yeah, because I was wondering, it's like, why don't you just tell, you guys need to leave, there's some gangsters here. Yeah. It worked out all right in the end, I think. He won his love back, I think, over the movies. I think. Is he well regarded by Batman or Dark Knight Rises? I forget. Yeah, he's a ghost by the third movie, sort of. Yeah, but we also have the failed attack where Batman gets poisoned, and that's a cool little thing where you get to see him as a weak character for a little bit before the party and everything happens. Yeah. So let's just get into the last part of this movie, the whole final battle and attack, and trying to get the vaporizer to everything. Um, wait. Before we get to that, sorry, we talked pre-show. The "We'll take mine" line to take the Bat car on this epic run. To me, that's a Liam Neeson voiceover for Batman. It sounds like Liam Neeson. Well, I think is it possible? Is it possible that Liam Neeson convinced Christopher Nolan I can say this line so great and sound like Batman. Just let me have that opportunity because I'm Liam Neeson and I'm awesome. That's right. Yeah. But yeah, as you watch Batman Begins, let me know your thoughts. Is that Liam Neeson on the "We'll take mine" line for the car? I can't shake it. That's Liam Neeson to me. But anyways, the final kind of battle and all that kind of stuff. Um, I love how the entire police army is discapacitated by the poison. No one is left. Like, like Was it that big of a prison break? They had to have every single police officer there, I guess. I don't know. Seems nuts. And what's the kid doing on that island? Is that a prison island, or people actually live on this island? So people live next to this prison? Okay. I would not want to live there. I'm just saying. That'd be bad part. So. Poor kid. I mean, what kind of parents make them live? I don't know. I guess you have to do what you're dealt with, you know. Probably cheap rent, I'm guessing. You know. But you don't see many civilians besides that kid, which is, you know, the other odd point. Like, where are the other civilians? They're all the criminals. But, anyways, we, what do you want to say about these final battle scenes here? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I love how Bruce Wayne outthinks Ra's al Ghul by taking down the train with Gordon driving the car. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I would not be able to accomplish that mission. I don't think I couldn't drive a big car and know how to shoot the bridge down. I think I would have failed, and Gotham would be dead if it was me. Yeah. At least he knows the streets well enough, or did he have GPS? I forget. Okay. I'm surprised it doesn't have auto drive like the auto drive feature, remote pilot of your car. You should hire Google for the next trilogy. But I love the nice ride, dude. And then it just shoots out of the car. It's like he doesn't really react except walking away. It's like yeah, um, yeah. I love like the taser that Rachel uses in the guy's face. Like there's just so many little nice touches throughout this battle scene that just make it so wonderful. Yeah, and then before this, we have Alfred taking down a guy, guarding the door with some kind of book or something. I'm not sure what he uses. A vase, like a vase or something, or oh right, yeah, maybe, yeah, but yeah, it's that's great that he does that. Yeah, yeah. So I love that he is able to do it still. Um, Yeah, I love how they let this district attorney on the island. It's like, I'm a Gotham City district attorney. Let me on the island because what are you gonna do there? This is that credential to get on that island? It's my evidently. So I don't know. It's just a little quirk. It's like in retrospect, it's funny if you think about it for a second. Um, So the final kind of scenes are just great. You know, you have the board meeting. Fox is there running the meeting. He has his job, and he calls Bruce like, "What's the deal?" It's like the company went public. It's like, yeah, I bought most of those shares through some different companies, slush funds, or whatever you call them. And the important thing is my company's future is has what is good in right hands, yeah. And then it's like, yes, right you are, Mr. Wayne. Did you get the memo? Which is great because Fox got fired because earlier in the movie, and yeah, I wonder what happened to that guy in the later films. Is he ever brought up again? Okay, just curious. Yeah, he's probably a well-off guy, is financially. But then we have the whole Rachel finding out who Batman is, and they have a kiss, and then basically, I think it's indicated that Rachel doesn't want to be a part of his life until Batman is not a part of his life anymore. Is that? I think it's kind of hinted there. Yeah. But the most curious thing is the wide shots of this house on fire. You see in the background, there's no city anywhere near his house. And based on the car ride with the tumbler, it's felt like he was like just right outside the city. Like it's just very odd. I mean, he goes from the highway to the Batcave in like a split second. Like it's amazing. I love how that works. Yeah, that was another just moment like, wow, that's a fast car. So, anyways, we end the scene, the movie with the bat signal. The Joker card is there, and that indicates the next movie with the Joker being the main character. And Gordon is now a lieutenant. So, great movie. One of my favorites. Yeah. Yeah. Dark Knight is my favorite of the three. I think it is for a lot of people, but that is next week. Dark Knight. Do you have a favorite is of the three before we move forward? Yeah. I enjoy it for sure. Yeah, I enjoy it. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And we'll talk at the end of the third one. I think Batman moving forward into the Superman Batman thing a little bit. So stay tuned for the last of the Batman movies for that talk. Anyways, that is enough for Batman Begins today. This was a rather long episode. It happens sometimes. It's yeah. So yes. So let's see. Closing out the show. Where can people find you until next week? The Tumblr. Go to Alex's the Tumblr. Yes, and oh man, and it doesn't drive really fast either. Okay. For me, you can find my stuff TCHATEN. That's Twitter, Instagram, YouTube as well. It's where you'll actually be able to watch the video version of this show, and that'll be up momentarily and probably in advance of the audio one. So if you want to listen to the shows first, go to YouTube because I upload those quicker probably. So, anyways, until next time, I'll watch The Dark Knight. That is the next week's movie. And we'll talk to you guys again real soon. Bye-bye.